Hi, it's Peggy Lee, and I just thought I would come to you today. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I'm home alone today because my daughter decided to go back to ministry school for another year. And so my husband and my oldest daughter took her back to Portsmouth today, and she had so much stuff, and there was not enough room in the car, and I chose to stay home because I just needed a day to myself, put my feet up in the air. I had been running the roads for the last week and I was exhausted. So my husband was like, take the day to yourself. So I had a great relaxing morning and now I'm in my craft room, which I have not been in my craft room in forever. And so I thought today I would come and do a video blog with my coffee. And I'm borrowing my daughter's coffee cup that says, pray big, pray big. And I did some praying today and praying some more. Life throws us challenges and throws us curveballs, and we have to stand our ground and fight the big fight and know what we have to do. And sometimes we have to hit our knees and ask God, please help me because I have no idea where to go. And God always guides me. Sometimes I may have a little freak out in the middle of my praying. Yes, I actually freak out in my praying. Some people would say that is not having faith. No, that's, to me, no. It's called being real. And I am talking to God, and I do sometimes have freakouts, and God just knows that's who I am. That's my personality. But God always, always shows me the way, provides it for me, and and in those moments gives me lessons to learn and testimonies to give. So that's my little spiritual spiel for today. Today is I'm just vlogging with you, and I haven't done a video in months, and my life is about to take another curve. So I thought I would just pop onto my crafting world and share with you what's been happening, because I've been a little bit like behind the scenes and really have not been out. I have not been posting. I've not been creating, and I'll share with you what's been happening. So about in this winter, around January, the house that we were renting sold, and so we had to get out in the middle of winter. It was crazy. So we were totally blessed because we were literally homeless. We couldn't find a rent. We couldn't find a place to live. And it was becoming really hard. And we have friends of ours that are also related to us, and we have dear friends that they have a beautiful home in another town, and their home that in where we live now, they've decided their old home became open again, so they decided to move back to their old home and let us have this home to rent from them. I'm going to tell you right now, that is God's provision, because we were literally homeless. But we were trusting God that even if we didn't have a place, we put everything of ours in storage, and we just walked out. We stepped out in faith. And I'm going to tell you, we were so blessed, and we're still so blessed, and we still can't believe that we have been blessed with this beautiful home that we are is just amazing. It's great. And God has been providing ever since. Needless to say, everything's been in storage. I have a lot of my crafting stuff in this room. I have this really awesome little space off from the kitchen and living room. Love it. It's tiny, but you know what? It's okay. And so I still have a lot of stuff in storage. I've unpacked a lot of stuff. But you guys know, us crafters, we have to have a multitude of stuff, as well as I'm going to say it, I'm not a hoarder, I'm a collector / hoarder, but I also share my stuff. Also, I teach, and so when you become a person who teaches classes, and you're out shopping and you see something that oh my gosh, I can use that for a class. Well, you have to buy 12 or 20 of them because you need at least 30 to do a class. See how I went from 12 to 20 to 30? So you always have to have a lot of stuff. So anyway, so I have storage, and we have a garage and a basement now and an attic. So I have a lot of places I can hide stuff. But anyway, I do need to get rid of some stuff, because one thing with crafting is you're always getting more stuff. And hold on, I gotta check on my kitten. I think he's in the bathtub making a ruckus. So we moved in. I've unpacked, still have not unpacked everything. A lot of my stuff is still in storage. I don't even know where half my stuff is, but it's okay. I'm moving forward. In that last, we've lived here for, I want to say, just under 6 months. So I really haven't unpacked everything. So I'm still trying to redecorate the house, like add my new spin. And the house we live in has great bones. And I've always been like country, shabby chic, rustic, whatever. Well, this house is really farmhouse style. So I've been shifting my decorating to more farmhouse style, but with a shabby chic, rustic feel, because I'm still a shabby chic kind of person. Anything chippy paint that looks like it should go in a burn pile is my style. I love it. What else was I going to say? So I thought today I would share with you things I've been collecting. I'm also a big flea market person. I don't just teach crafting and paper crafting, all my creativeness. I am a junker at heart. I love to buy stuff to decorate with. I find that junking is like cheap home decor. You know, I can go to all these places that sell home decor. I have a hard time buying those things for $50 when I can go to a flea market or a yard sale and get it for like a penny. You know, I have to call my cat. Vincent! I may have to edit that out. In the time that we moved here, we got a kitten. I forgot what it was like to have a kitten. It's a lot of work. It's like having a baby. The first night, now we got this kitten for my husband for his Father's Day gift. The first night we had the kitten, I had to wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and ask my husband what the kitten's problem was, and he said he's hungry. So guess who had to get out of bed, go downstairs, feed the cat? Me. I said to my husband, I don't know about this kitten thing. It's like having a newborn baby all over again. I'm too old, but it's okay. It's all good. So today's, all of this to say, I'm going to share with you some of the finds that I have been collecting in our new home, for our new home. But a lot of it's just for paper crafting in general, or for making stuff to sell at craft fairs or whatnot. And I've been collecting. I have not been crafting, and that can get a little overwhelming. So I'm going to share with you a few items that I have collected for crafting, and have some coffee, as well as things I've created. So I'm going to share with you some finds that I have gotten at thrift stores. Thrift stores are my big thing. I love thrift stores. Sometimes they can be really bad. They can be dirty. Some thrift stores are dirty, not well put together, really hard to dig through. But sometimes you can find some gems in those stores, but sometimes it's just a real big flop too. But so anyway, so at some thrift stores, everything was a quarter. All these books were a quarter, and I'm like, a quarter or 50 cents. I'm like, that's a deal. So I do a lot of paper crafting where I make, you know, the paper garlands, or I do workshops where, you know, you take an old dictionary book paper or an old book paper and you put it into your creation. Well, some people have a big faho about that. Some people, it's like, I just say, you know what, get over it. It's better going into my crafting world than going in a burn pile, or being thrown away and forgotten forever. I think people just get hung up on simple things that should not be. So I got this huge book at a thrift store for 25 cents. I'm like, the reason I bought it and the reason why I got excited, it has big pages. So this will make some great paper rosettes. It'll be good for when I want to make big Christmas banners. And it'd be good for if I do a workshop. I mean, okay, I paid 25 to 50 cents for this. I can get tons of workshops out of this one book. And I'm basically making more money than going out and buying a brand new book or buying the paper. So that's the key. I found a couple old Reader's Digest books. They were really little. I already tore the backs off, which some people would get upset about this, but you know what? Again, it's going to be repurposed and reused, and nothing's going to go to waste. So this is what the book like. It was a tiny one, which I don't ever remember seeing little ones. And I just cut the spine off, okay? This I'm going to stack together with some multiple books that I ripped the covers off, and either I'll paint them or I'll just tie a ribbon on it and set it on a bookshelf or sell it just like that. Or I will use the pages in a book, in a mini book or whatnot. And then the spines, I am going to turn into a new junk journal. So these will become junk journals. And the reason why I chose these ones, because it was green. Ow! Green for Christmas. Make a great Christmas book or a great wedding book. And this is our little baby Vincent. He's not a baby anymore. We've had him for like 2 months. And he was really little, like tiny. He could fit in the palm of your hand when we first got him. And he is growing. He's almost 6 pounds. He's huge and adorable. And he loves my craft room. Huh. You guys say hi? He just wants to go to the window. So this will probably be a wedding junk journal, or it could also go for Christmas, because I think it would be really good for a Christmas book too. So also in the same thrift store, I got all these books for like $1.25. I got this book, which is a reproduction of the book. And at first, when I first saw it, I kind of freaked out thinking it was the real deal. And I was like, I can't cut into that because it's a real book, like a vintage book. And then my husband pointed out to me it was me, and I'm like, okay, nope, it was a reproduction. So I'm like, nope, gonna take it out. And the reason why I wanted it is for my junk journals, I wanted like these illustrations. They're just so cute and vintage. So it's a reproduction, but it's still old, and it's in really good condition. And then also I got a couple at the same thrift store. I bought a couple of these just regular Webster dictionaries. I mean, these are big books. Again, I'm going to use them for my mini album. And the books are falling apart, so why not give them new life, right? And my cat is destroying my table with all my stuff on it. So, at the same thrift store, I found... Okay, no, it wasn't the same thrift store. Okay, so at the same, well, actually at the thrift store, the same thrift store. Sorry, I'm backing myself up. I got so much stuff to show you. It's crazy. I found some pans. Now, you're going to ask me, why am I collecting all of these pans? Well, because I'm going to make one of those, you know, those 3-tier food platter things, or you can use them for home decor. They're really big in farmhouse style right now. I was collecting them. What started me is I found this big, huge deep dish. Hey, leave my crafty thing alone. Deep dish. I paid $5 for this at a thrift store in St. J. And it was awesome because it's deep, and that's what I wanted. Stop eating my crafter. I wanted the deep dish. So I needed like different sizes. I found like, I hit the jackpot at that thrift store. And I found all of these. Sorry if it's loud. I found all these pans at the thrift store just to go with this one. Well, also on a shelf, and I paid, I don't know, $1, $1 to $2 for all of these pans. That is ridiculous. Also on the same shelf, I found these. Here's a small one, another size one, and then 4 pans. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make one that's just for bread loaves, in a bread loaf tier one. You may ask, why am I making all these? Well, I'm making them because I want one for my table. Stop eating my tree. And I also am making them, I want them for my kitchen table, but I'm making them because they're really cool and they're really expensive. To go to these home decor places and to buy one is ridiculous. I think I got $1 into one tier already. And then at a junk store in Lunenburg, I went to an old man's place and got some spindles that I have painted. They're in the garage. I'm going to cut those in thirds, and those will become inside my tiers. So I'll share with you the project when I'm done. Or maybe I'll do a DIY. I don't know. I'm trying to get into more DIYs. And more than just paper crafting, because I really like to do a lot of different things, and I don't want it just to be paper crafting because I like to do a lot of things, but I love home decor, so I thought I would share some home decor things with you. And coffee. I'll show you what my cat has been eating the whole time I've been sitting here trying to show you some of my projects, what my cat's been eating. And it's this right here. This is my cotton ball spray. It's in a vase, a glass vase, and I made these myself out of cotton balls and egg cartons. Now, it does take a little bit longer to make than doing it out of pine cones. I've seen a lot of cotton balls made out of pine cones, which they're nice, but I didn't want to have to deal with the mess. So I painted my egg cartons and did it that way. And I actually like them a little bit better because I can manipulate them. And then this is just a tree branch off the tree out front of my house. And I did add a little bit of Tim Holtz Heirloom Gold Distress Mist spray because I just wanted it to look like it's been out in the field. It was too white. It was too stark. So that's what he was eating. So I wanted to show, I did make that. And I could show you how I did it. I mean, there's tons of DIYs on YouTube, but maybe I'll share a video of how I created it. So, because I actually like watching DIYs. I like watching start to finish processes. I like that kind of thing. Okay, so let's get on with my show and tell. So I went to a flea market in Littleton, and I found it was a really big flea market, and I actually bought I bought some cake pans, I bought a few old books, and then I bought 2 chairs, but the chairs are in my garage. They were 2 little white chairs, and like children's chairs, but they were so sturdy, and I told I'm going to paint them, and I'll probably resell them. Either that or use them in my displays. I don't know. The problem is I can't keep everything, and I am a keeper. I have a hard time letting go. I got to learn to let go. So at that flea market was great, but it was so overpacked, and they didn't unpack anything. They didn't unpack any boxes. It was really difficult to shop when there was so many people around the tables. We were having a really hard time, and so I don't deal well with big crowds and people being rude. I just was like, okay, you know what? Plus I go on a mission, because if I don't go on a mission of what I'm looking for, oh my gosh, I could buy everything. So I knew I was looking for cake pans. I knew I was looking for Pacific old books. I did buy a frame. Oh, that's in the garage too. And I was looking for things I could flip, things I could create with and then get rid of or sell. So I did buy a couple of these little wooden spool things because these are kind of cute. You can use them for almost anything. Actually, you can even use them as a center on this. And I found some little cake pans. These are not wicked old, but how cute to make that for like a little girl's room or something. And then I found 3 of these size cake pans, which these are old because they got that thick lip thing. These are wicked old. They're nice and thick and they've been worn out really well. Yeah, they're nice. So I got those at the flea market with 2 chairs and 2 chairs and 2 frames. My daughter and I, we did good that day. And then I bought this at the same, it was by donation, so I wanted to make sure I had about 10 items to get. When I donate, I like to donate. If I'm going to donate money, I want to make sure that I have a lot more stuff on me. And it makes it where I always give like $5 or $10 over what I'm donating when it goes to a cause, because the people did bring it there, and and it was for a vets, the local rescue. So this one is a Reader's Digest dictionary encyclopedia. Look how big this sucker is. Look at that. My daughter saw that. She grabbed that. She knew I'd want it. I mean, it's huge. I probably will never, ever rip into this. I probably will never, ever rip into it. I probably will keep it for home decor. I'll keep it as something I use like I'll put it on a shelf like this and then put candles or something on it because it's so big and so awesome. I don't think I'll ever cut into it. And then she found me a bird book. This video is getting long, so I may have to cut it in 2 parts. And then she found me a bird book. And it's a big bird book. That's a big bird book. So, but it's got beautiful artwork in it. It's falling apart. The book's falling apart, but look at the artwork. So I thought that'd be great to decoupage. Use it for decoupaging. So that book's falling apart. So I went to my local yard sale a couple of weeks ago. We didn't have a car. It was hilarious. My kids and I was having a fit because my husband was working, and I'm like, I don't have a car to go yard sailing. So my girls and I walked downtown to this local yard sale, and it was by donation again, which I kind of like that, but sometimes I hate that, but I do like it. I mean, I go back and forth. I bought like 3 things. One of the things that I bought was this huge bag of vintage Christmas bulbs, because I'm trying. Here's the bowl. I got this bowl at a yard sale for $1. What a deal. So this bowl is full of all these vintage balls, and I only broke 1 ball. So look at these guys. So cute. I only broke 1 ball out of all that whole bag. So that will sit on my table, be pretty. But I'm collecting those Christmas balls. I already have a bunch in storage, and my youngest was like, "Mom," and I said, "I need more," because I've been collecting balls for 3 years now for a Christmas wreath. And you got to have a lot to make one of those big Christmas ball wreaths. You have to have a lot. So, and the same flea market or yard sale, I got this little tin, and it's a snowman, which is pretty, but I'm going to paint over it. I'm going to paint it white and then sand it down. And so I'm going to paint over the snowman. I mean, it's a pretty snowman and everything, but I'm going to repurpose this, put some snowballs in it for Christmas. And then another thing that I created that I'll share with you to go with my farmhouse style. A couple weeks ago, my girlfriend came over, and we created rag garlands. And she did a shabby chic one because I have a shabby chic one. It's all white and cream. Love it. I love all the torn edges. Love it. So I had red and cream colored fabric out. So I thought I'd make one to go with my coffee bar that I created. So I'll hold it up. This is my rag. I don't know if you can see it. My rag quilt, my ragged garland. and it hangs on my dresser, which I love, but I had to take it down because my little terror kitten decided he thought it would be great to eat for lunch. So yeah, that didn't work out. So at the same craft fair or flea market or yard sale, so I get them all mixed up because I go to so many. I found this gold frame. Now this frame was gold and it was dingy and ugly. I took white chalk paint and painted over it. And you can't really see in the camera. It's kind of hard to see, but it's rustic. And I just hang it right on the wall with nothing in the middle. That's what I wanted. Love that look to pieces. And then I found my daughter. It was hilarious. I have taught my girls how to shop at yard sales. I was across the way and my oldest yells, "Mom!" And she went like this. And I said, "Yes." And, some people would be like, "What are you going to do with that? That's a big spool of thread." Well, again, it's great for home decor. It's perfect, like paired with my cotton balls, or also it's perfect to hang with this. And it's beautiful on its own. It's, you have to be careful when you buy stuff like this though, because I took it from my daughter, and the first thing I did when I took it from my daughter is I went I smelt it. That's the first thing I did. People were looking at me funny, but I'm like, oh no, we are not taking it home if it stinks. And it did not smell, and I did not see any bugs or anything. So I got it. And I think I gave a really nice donation, $10 to $20. I only had 3 items. So it was for a good cause. So, and workshops, I would use this for garlands or for crocheting necklaces or something because it's vintage. You can say that. So my last bit of finds that I'm going to share with you today, because this video is getting really long and I may have to go back in and edit it, is I went to another thrift store and found a couple of these little jelly molds. And these are vintage. Look, I mean, they're not really vintage, but they are vintage. And they'll be cute with a Christmas tree on it or something. I don't know. I'm going to make an ornament. And I think this is a donut maker. I don't know what this is. I think it's for donuts, but I don't know. It's a little bundt cake. Isn't it a little bundt cake? Maybe it's a little bundt cake molds. But these will be great to put a Christmas tree here on it and then fill it with something. I don't know. And then I bought this little guy. This guy is heavy. I can't see what it is, but it's heavy. So it looks like a little measuring cup, and it looks like they used it for, I would say, flour. It looks like it wasn't meant to pour liquid out. They bent it that way. They bent it to make it. I bought it just to sit on a shelf for home decor. And then at the same thrift store, I found this pan, which some people would be like, why? Well, first of all, it's that old-fashioned, is it ceramic? I can't, stainless steel pans that we had when I was a child. And so I bought it just for the look of it. You could put some fruit on it, put it on the shelf or whatever. And then I found these little white cream dishes, which I paid 50 cents for the 2, and I bought the same set at another thrift store across town. So I have 4 now instead of just 2. So, there's only one thing left that I want to share with you. And it's this. It's just, I made a chalkboard. And it's just a picture frame. I paid $0.25 for this at a thrift store. And what it was this really 1970s painting in it, and it was a really thick painting. It was actually a really nice painting. It was a nice, well put together painting, but the painting was so old. It was actually really, it was all red and black. It was weird. It was a weird painting. Anyway, so I took the painting off and I had to rip it off, and it was had this weird tape which stuck to your fingers. I had a hard time getting it off. But anyway, so then I painted this with Rust-Oleum flat black paint, which is what I use for chalkboard paints, and oil-based paint. And then so then I just use regular chalkboard, and it writes on it perfectly, and it's awesome. So this goes over my coffee bar as well. So I'm really getting into the home decor thing and really getting some stuff made, and it's fun. It's really fun to do home decor, and I like taking something from nothing, or something that once was, and giving it new life and filling my home with it. And my husband loves it because, he said, I say I save him money, but truth be known, I don't know how much money I save because I buy a lot of stuff, but I'm also very giving, and people come over and they craft, and I let them use my stuff. I usually have a fit about my girls having used my stuff, though, because they take stuff that I don't want them to have. Anyway, it was kind of fun to get on here and just to do a video chat. And I'm going to watch this and see if I like it. And then if I don't like it, I'll rewind it and do it again. But we'll see. I might have to cut it short. I may have to see how long it is and may have to redo it. But have a great day. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for staying in with me. Have a good day.